Hi everybody, it's Lori Wetzel here with the next installment of Tech Tip Tuesdays. And this week I'm going to share with you a resource called Quia.com. If you've never heard of it before, it is a website that has interactive games and learning activities that you can either use that have ones that other teachers have already created, or you can actually create your own. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. So to get to Quia, you go to www.quia.com. And when you get to Quia.com, you're going to visit Quia Web. So it's actually www.quia.com/web. So like I mentioned, Quia is a website that has different games and interactive learning activities. There are actually 16 different kinds of activities, and they range from basic multiple choice that you would find on a typical or traditional quiz to games that are mimicked after Battleship. One is called Challenge Board, which is mimicked after Jeopardy, and they have one that they call Rags to Riches, which is mimicked after Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Now the site is free and you can go in and create a username and a password, but I'm just going to share with you on a very, very basic level how you could use this with you and your students. And if you aren't creating an account and you're just using it as a free site, I would definitely recommend that you use this with your Promethean board. Put it up on your board and do the activities with the students that way. If you wanted to stretch that a little bit further, you could actually combine this and use Express Pull with your clickers along with these activities and integrate the two together. So as you can tell on the bottom right hand corner, there's this area called Shared Activities. So I'm just going to click on Go, and these are activities that were created by teachers. So you could click on a topic and look for something that would meet your needs. I'm going to, for instance, let's pretend that I am teaching the distributive property. So I'm going to search by keyword. So I'm going to type in distributive and I'm going to click on Go. And I see a bunch of different activities here that include the distributive property. Now, if you have your own account, and we'll talk about that in just a moment, you do have the opportunity to copy these activities into your account and treat them as your own. I just want to show you what one looks like. This, for instance, says it's a battleship game, so I'm going to click on the distributive property. And it's going to open up the battleship game, and it is just like Battleship as you might remember it from your childhood. So you need to select the computer skill level, so you're actually playing against the computer, your class against the computer that is. You choose the position of your battleships in playing against the computer, and then you click on Start Game. So it says that it's our turn, so we would click on a square if that's where we think one of their battleships is. It tells you there's nothing there, and then they chose one and they missed. So I'm just going to keep clicking until I find a spot where they have a battleship. So it takes the learning activity and turns it into something a little more fun. And I'm not doing very well at battleship here. Okay, so I've hit a spot where there is a battleship, and in order to actually get that spot marked, we have to answer this question correctly, and it is a distributive property question. So 3 times the quantity A plus B is equivalent to 3 times A plus 3 times B. I choose that answer, and now it shows that we have a hit. So when I try to choose my next spot, I'm going to choose maybe above it. So 7 times the quantity y plus 8 would be 7 times y plus 56, and so on and so forth. I think you get the idea. Now, the only problem with these kinds of activities is that you are tied to the activities that other teachers have created. And it would be really nice to be able to create your own activities customized for your own curriculum. And you definitely do have the capability of doing that. Quia offers a subscription, and it is very inexpensive. It is $49 for 1 year. And with that subscription, you are actually able to create your own learning activities that are customized to your curriculum. You can create and manage your own classes. So if you are at the secondary level, you can create 5 different classes for the 5 classes you teach. If you are at the elementary level and switch groups of students for different curriculum areas, you can set up different classes that way. You can actually manage these classes. You can add individual student accounts into these classes, and you can share the links to your activities and actually track student results. If you want to give it a try, they do have the free 30-day trial, and I would encourage you to give that a shot. If you're wondering where to get the $49 from, if you're at the elementary level, consider asking your PTO. There's definitely a lot of educational benefits to this website. If you are at the secondary level, take a look at your department's funds. $49 is relatively inexpensive for a resource that offers so much capability. And there's also the Fraser Foundation grants that come out at the end of the year. And considering that those grants are worth up to $1,000, $49 isn't a whole lot. Last but not least, I ask that if you do have an account, you do create one, and you start to create activities, share your activities with your department members that teach your classes, the same as you. Or if you are an elementary teacher, share your activities with all of the grade level teachers. 3rd grade, for instance, share it with all the 3rd grade teachers. Send them a link so that they can use it with their students because you know it's going to match the Fraser curriculum. That, again, is Quia.com. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Have a great day.